What is going on, my internet family? I'm Fero. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, you guys already know the tagline. Kick today in the butt. You're in charge of your life. Your life is not in charge of you. You guys already know that. So I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I'm sorry that I missed a Wednesday upload. I've been really busy. But today we're going to cover a ton of topics and go over a bunch of stuff. Probably have a longer episode than normal, and I hope you guys will stick around and watch the entire thing. How about I just shut up and we get right into today's news?
Just do it!
First thing I want to address today is one of the greatest actors. I think he was so inspirational, Gene Wilder. He passed away on the 29th, which was Monday. A lot of sources say that he was very sick towards the end of his life, but this man, he made some of the coolest videos. The original Willy Wonka, Blazing Saddles, which to this day is my favorite comedy. I know it's not really a comedy, it's more of a Western, but it's got kind of the same feel. Hilarious. I love it. I know I will still watch it to this day. It's a very good movie. He also starred in movies as the producer and Young Frankenstein. He's the most well known for Blazing Saddles and his role as Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Mel Brooks was on the Jimmy Fallon show on Tuesday night, and he was talking about how Wilder was one of his greatest friends, and he was so distraught about his passing. He does quote, "I'm still reeling from No More Gene and the fact that I can't call him." You know, Mel Brooks has done a ton of videos like Robin Hood Men in Tights, which if you haven't watched it, you've got to check it out. It's really funny. Oh man. He also said, and he was such a wonderful part of my life. They were really good friends, and I watched the interview on Jimmy Fallon, and you could tell he was really distraught, and it kind of really did mess with him. Down in the description, I did include a link to a gallery that showcases all of Wilder's movies and his entire career. It's really cool, and it's got some of the really cool photos and behind the scenes stuff. Go ahead and check it out, guys. You'll really enjoy it. Moving on to our next story, I want to touch on some YouTube TOS, which is terms of service, and a little bit of changes they're doing. Twitter's where I first saw it. It looks like YouTube is starting to shift what you're allowed to say in your videos, what you're really allowed to do. And this comes down to monetization. Are you able to make money through your ad revenue on your videos? And to correlate with that, how friendly your material is. How good is it for advertisers to pay to put ads on your video? Are you actually worth it, kind of deal? This whole thing blew up when Phillip Defranco, who is an inspiration of mine and one of the reasons why I started YouTube and started doing news especially, he's a massive channel, has over 4.5 million subscribers. The guy is awesome. Family man, great businessman. He's really fun to watch. But this whole thing started with a series of tweets that he put out. The first one says, "Seems like YouTube will be stripping most of my advertising from now on. Oh well, I'm not going to censor myself." He also included a picture. In that picture, he shows how one of his videos is now demonetized. It went from that green money emblem to a gold, which means you're not in trouble. You're not getting striked. You're not getting copyrighted strike, anything like that. All that's happening is you can no longer monetize that video for whatever reason. Well, he shows down in the video, it's now against terms of service. Your video isn't being monetized because it contains content that might be inappropriate for advertising. To monetize a video, you have to be advertiser friendly. So that started a lot of chatter over Twitter and YouTube going, okay, what's happening? Are we now going to not be able to talk? Do we have to completely water down everything we talk about? Do we have to censor ourselves so we don't get censored? What's happening here? Philly D came out with another tweet. Update, at least 12 more of my videos have been hit and I'm nowhere near done. This might be part of the reason. Wow. Which he attaches this picture. This picture states what content might be inappropriate, and he highlights down the bottom, read with me on this, controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. So that means that news channels, even news outlets, cannot be talking about anything controversial or sensitive. So what now, whenever a hurricane or earthquake happens, we can't report it because it's sensitive? Does this have something to do with the internet starting to crack down on completely censoring us? Bye-bye freedom of speech. So he had the mindset of, okay, well, this might just be an accident. It's fine. Well, then he saw 12 more videos. He's like, this is kind of sketchy. And then he tweeted this. Producer just got off the phone with YouTube and it wasn't a mistake. Feels a little bit like getting stabbed in the back after 10 years. He's been doing this for a long time. He's been doing YouTube for over a decade, and he's one of the pioneers of what YouTube grew into. This dude has been there since day one. So you can kind of understand why he's a little pissed off. Poodlecorp which is another big YouTuber, big gaming YouTuber. He tweeted back at him and said, remove porn and the I word. Just so you guys know, you can't say the I word that I'm showing you right now. You can't say that or YouTube will flag your video. Just saying. Which Phillip Defranco did reply, based off the call, it's not just that. It's actually pretty concerning. Seems like it's going to get worse too. Like I said in Philly D's video, he does address a lot of this and his concern for YouTube period and the censorship that might be coming down the pipeline. It's really kind of scary. Does this mean we're going to have to completely go back to making kid-friendly videos like Minecraft? I mean, Minecraft is fun, but come on, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think is going on with this whole YouTube TOS revamp. It's kind of scary, especially for the big YouTubers, and it's also scary for the small YouTubers like myself, who are just trying to establish their name out there. Moving on from that, we're going to kind of talk about another controversy that happened the other day. Battlefield 1 beta dropped, which is blowing up the gaming community. I've watched a lot of streams myself, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I totally want to jump into this. And I even downloaded it, and I can't wait to play it. Well, Wednesday, a lot of people wanted to jump on because Tuesday was only for insiders. Tuesday was like a VIP, you got a special code, and you could get on a day early on the servers, and it was so much fun. Wednesday, open beta. Everybody can get it. A lot of people were having issues getting into the servers, saying that the servers were down. Battlefield came out, and DICE, which is the company that oversees Battlefield, kind of like Activision oversees Call of Duty, they came out and said, you know, our servers are down. EA came out and said, our servers are down, we're having issues. Well, the notorious hacker group called Poodlecorp, they took responsibility for taking down the servers. Tweeted out, we are responsible for the downtime of EA and Battlefield, hashtag Poodlecorp. These guys are known for taking down large YouTubers, for taking down and DDoSing servers of games. They've done Blizzard Studios, which does Warcraft. They've taken down many other companies just for the sake of going, we can do this. So that kind of sucked a lot for anybody that was wanting to play this brand new beta that has been completely hyped. And honestly, I understand why, because of all the gameplay I've watched, it looks like a blast, and I'm really pumped to get into it. Moving on from that, if I was to tell you guys that a Jackass movie star got both his legs broken, would you guys go, oh my gosh, that's kind of believable? Well, the notorious stuntman Steve-O broke both his legs on Wednesday. Steve-O has a YouTube channel. We got over 3 million subscribers. If you don't know who Steve-O is, the Jackass TV series, along with the Jackass movies and the TV series Wild Boys, Steve-O was a big part of him. He has always been known as a crazy stunt guy, has almost complete disregard for his body. I want to know how this guy is still alive, and through all the crap he's put his body through, how does this guy do it? I really want to know. He was doing this stunt where he was up on this giant plank board, kind of like you can see here, and a car comes and hits it, and he tries to, like, you know, do this kind of jump off thing on a skateboard, but he messes up and messes up his leg real bad. So he goes to the hospital, has a compound fracture. The dude, oh my gosh, he's sitting there in pain, and he does his intro from the hospital bed. And at the end of the video, I'm not going to show you guys the video, and the link is down in the description below so you guys can go check it out yourself. It's actually kind of funny. Well, he ends up getting a cast on it, and he's on his way out the hospital, and he decides that he's going to stand up and try to stand up on his other leg. Well, he starts to stand up and goes, oh, no. I mean, that's not the language he uses. He uses some other language. And he's just like, no, we need to go back and get this other leg x-rayed. There's something wrong. Well, it ends up that he broke his other leg. The dude broke both legs. This guy never stops. I mean, he's got to be close to 50 years old now, 40 some odd years old. Those guys just put themselves through some gnarly stuff. We still have a bunch more to go through, guys, so hang in there. As always, all the links to everything are in the description down below. I greatly encourage you guys to go check it out. Moving on from that, and I do want to just say real quick, as you guys can see right here, I had to put a blanket up. It is the next day. I did record this video in 2 different days. I recorded the first half that you've already watched last night, so it was nice and dark. But now, my window likes to face the sunlight, so I had to rig this big old contraption of, that is my fiance's, but it is really comfortable. But that's just to keep the sunlight out because it put a massive glare right into this room. Can't do that when I'm trying to record a video. But moving on to some really good news, some really cool stuff. I wanted to kind of take a focus on Freya Dave. If you don't know who Freya David is, she is a woman who's lived with Down syndrome her entire life. But for the last 32 years, she spent it working at this McDonald's. And she has been the best employee they've ever had. Not only has she been one of the best employees that place has had, she's also been one of the most selfless employees. She spent most of her days refilling ketchup packets and cleaning tables and just being overall a good host to customers. Over the years, she's made tons of friends from customers, created regulars out of those friends. They had a huge party for her as she left. She finally is quitting. Actually, she just reached the point where she doesn't want to work anymore, so she's stepping out. I think that's awesome, and I think it's really cool that an organization honored one of their most faithful employees 32 years. That is crazy cool, especially at McDonald's. You don't hear a lot of people staying at McDonald's for very long just because that's kind of an entry-level job. A lot of people frown upon the whole flipping burgers thing, but this is really cool. I thought it was an awesome thing to put into today's video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope she has a great rest of her life, and if she does decide to go back, I hope her career explodes. It's awesome. Moving away from that, moving on to the next story, Coca Cola. Everybody likes Coca Cola. You're either a Pepsi fan or a Coca Cola fan. I'm personally a Pepsi fan. I like Pepsi brands a little bit better. But with Coca Cola, tons of people like it. It has been around since the 1800s. It is a household name. What a lot of people don't realize about Coca Cola is back in the early 1900s and back when they were first making Coca Cola in the late 1800s, they did have cocaine in the drink. It was part of the drink. It kind of gave it its kind of buzz that, you know, you kind of get from drinking caffeine sodas these days. Well, they quit doing that in the early 1900s because cocaine's a hell of a drug. Anyways, cocaine's bad. We know cocaine's bad. But would it surprise you if cocaine was still around in the Coca-Cola industry? Why I'm putting that angle on it is during a routine inspection in a bottling plant in France, inspectors came across a room full of cocaine, about 50 million euros worth.
50 million euros equals 55,995,000 United States dollars.
That comes out to $56 million. Coca-Cola's also in the news for something else that's going on. Kind of has to do with cocaine. It actually has to do with Colombia. Everybody knows Colombia is the biggest producer of cocaine in the world. But now Coca-Cola is amongst 50 other companies that are having charges brought against them for aiding a terrorist organization. In Colombia, for the last couple of decades, there has been a leftist regime called the AUC. They are a form of terrorist organization, kind of a militia feel. But in today's definition, they would be classified as a terrorist organization. Well, there has been links between Coca-Cola and 50 other companies and the AUC, channeling money to the AUC to help them out pretty much. Basically, a company doing business with a cartel to probably move stuff around. You know, in the last story with the cocaine, there's more money in drugs. Just saying. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Moving on to our big story of the day, it's got to do with Donald Trump and Mexico. Big controversy there because apparently Donald Trump is a racist and he hates Mexicans. I'm not here to start any kind of fight, but I do want to say he never said he hates Mexicans. What he did state was that he is not okay with the illegals here. Now, that's not just Mexicans, that's any other demographic that has illegally entered this country. Now, you guys can all freak out and go, oh, we shouldn't be so racist. You go to Canada illegally, they'll either send you to jail or deport you. You go to Mexico illegally, they put you in jail for 7 years. You sneak into North Korea illegally, they kill you. With other countries in the Middle East, if you were to go into their country illegally, they will kill you. So, before you guys go on the whole white knight train, I'm just trying to put a level point on this. He went to Mexico and met with the president of Mexico, and they had a huge press conference, which you can hit the link down below and go and watch the whole 96 minutes of it. A lot of it is Mexico's president speaking, which I didn't have subtitles on, and I don't understand Spanish. I know some of it. I could actually understand about half of what he was saying, but for the most part, I didn't understand what he was saying. And then Trump was talking about stuff too. They did talk about a lot of key points, 5 points, but the idea of the wall that Trump has brought up did not surface. He says that there was mention of it, but they didn't talk into how it was going to be paid for or if it was actually a plan that was going to be enacted. Mexico's president really wanted to address the fact Mexicans are some of the hardest working people, and yes, they are. I've worked on long crews. I've worked hard labor with illegals and legally documented Mexicans, and oh my gosh, they are some of the hardest working, nicest people I've ever met. It's just the problem of how you entered the country. That is what the underlying problem is. Trump did come with 5 points: ending illegal immigration, securing the border with the right to build a physical barrier or wall, dismantling drug cartels and halting the flow of cash and weapons across the border, improving the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, and keeping manufacturing wealth in the American hemisphere. Now, a lot of people are saying that Trump is doing exactly what POTUS should. POTUS stands for President of the United States. But a lot of people are saying that Trump is doing exactly what he should be doing for a presidential candidate. He's going to another country. He's already gone to the European countries already this year, but now he's visiting Mexico, which is a neighboring country which we have a lot of beef with. But a lot of people are praising Trump for going to Mexico because of all the good he's doing, because he's trying to extend a helping hand. He's also trying to just extend friendship, trying to create a relationship and fortify a more strong relationship. And he's actually being smart. He's not president yet, but if he was president, he's already set the foundation and groundwork with the neighboring country that we have a lot of kind of issues with. Very smart business move. Now, there was also a lot of people bashing Trump for going to Mexico. A lot of people were saying it was just a photo op. It's just him trying to please people because he was saying racist comments. I already said those weren't really racist comments, but I do understand how it can be perceived that way. One of the biggest instigators of this whole anti-Trump thing, of course, is who he's running against. Hillary Clinton came out and said that she's really upset that Trump dropped in on Mexico. She said here, and I quote, "You don't build a coalition by insulting our friends or acting like a loose cannon. Do it by putting in the slow, hard work of building relationships. Getting countries working together was my job every day as your Secretary of State. It's more than a photo op. It takes consistency and reliability. Actually, it is just like building personal relationships. People have got to know that they can count on you and that you won't say one thing one day and something completely different the next." Is that what you did with those emails? You said you'd give them over, but then you just deleted them? Anyways, I'm not here to go tit for tat for Clinton or Trump. I just wanted to bring you guys what was going on with that. And it seems really controversial, and I really do encourage you guys to go hit those links down in the description and read up on these articles. They have a lot of information. Take a grain of salt for everything you're reading. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. I will say, while Trump was in Mexico trying to make friends, Hillary was partying at a $25,000 per ticket event. And one more thing I want to touch on before I wrap up this video. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sitting through this entire video. I know it's pretty long. There was a lot to talk about, but I really appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You are helping me fulfill a passion and dream of mine. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for everything. Can't wait to grow more. I can't wait to be able to quit my job and do daily uploads. That'll be so much fun because I know a lot of you guys would love to see that. Again, guys, I'm sorry for not uploading on Wednesday, but I'm really glad I got this video up. I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' comments and your feedback on what you guys think about this. Let me know if there's any stories you guys think I should cover, and let me know what you guys think of these ones I covered today, and give me your opinions on how you see different things. Well, that's all I've got for today, guys. Thank you so very much for sticking around through this entire video. It means a lot to me. As always, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Be safe. I love every single one of you. I'm Fero, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!